It's UBC News tonight at 10 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Chondisha. We'll get straight to the headlines of today. Coming up, Muslims celebrated Eid Al-Adhuha, slaughtered animals to commemorate Abraham's sacrifice. Later on, Prime Minister Robna Banja has institutions that train and skill the girl child. Uganda government pledges a fair learning environment for children in Uganda. And of course, from the sports news, 14th ICPAU Wood Championship in Luangwa District reveals talent. Welcome once again to UBC News Tonight. Today, the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, has asked Muslims to promote peace and embrace government programs aimed at social and economic development. This was during prayers at the Gaddafi Mosque, Old Kampala.
The Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, has called upon Muslims to foster peace and active engagement in government initiatives aimed at enhancing social and economic progress.
We encourage you to support government programs, especially those geared towards socio-economic transformation, headed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda. Let's support these programs. Except where we sense that there is a riba, there is interest, we shall warn you, and I will not engage in such programs because they may violate the norms of Islam.
This message was delivered during the Eid Al-Adhuha prayers at Gaddafi Mosque in Old Kampala. Mufti Mubaje expressed gratitude to Allah for enabling the community to persevere, emphasized the Islamic imperative of peace and mutual love among other believers.
We thank Allah that Uganda Muslim Council, as the Honorable Secretary General has mentioned, is still growing amidst some challenges from a few misguided individuals. And those who are trying to undermine the work of Allah, Allah will handle them, inshallah ta'ala. We pray the Almighty Allah that we, as Muslims, be law-abiding citizens of this country. Let's not engage in acts of which cause insecurity and acts which can cause bloodshed.
Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje also voiced concern over the ongoing conflicts in places such as Palestine, Israel and Gaza and neighboring regions, urging for collective prayers and efforts towards peace.
We pray for His Excellency the President. We pray for the country. Let's pray for our brothers and sisters who are not enjoying like we are doing today. They are not enjoying their Eid. We call upon our leaders and the heads of government to come out clearly on what human rights means and on what freedoms means. I wish all of you successfully. Let's celebrate in halal. Allah will reward us for that.
He highlighted the significance of participating in the ritual of animal sacrifice as part of Eid Al-Adhuha celebrations.
And may Allah enable us to do the needful for this day, as we have mentioned in the Holy Quran, that Allah says, tells the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, orders him, فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ, pray for the sake of your Lord, وَانْحَرْ, and slaughter an animal.
The Eid Al-Adhuha celebrations, adhering to Quranic traditions, will span 3 days, marked by the sacrificial ritual. The atmosphere at Gaddafi Mosque resonated with the spirit of unity and devotion among the attendees. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
At Kibuli, Eid Al-Adhuha prayers were led by Prince Kasim Nachibinge, who was concerned about evictions in Lubiji wetlands. Prince Nachibinge was against selective eviction of encroachers in Lubiji wetlands by National Environment Management Authority. Nachibinge was addressing Muslims who had gathered at his home in Kibuli to mark Eid Al-Adhuha.
At around 7:30, Muslims were at Kibuli Mosque to participate in Eid Al-Adhuha prayers, which were led by Dr. Muhammad Chigondo, who urged Muslims to know the meaning of Eid Al-Adhuha.
Nabina gamba ummati marhum Allah jalla jalaluhu tumusabatu yingize jana atuwa bulamu obulungi aqulu qawli hadha wastaghfirullah li wa lakum wa lisa'il muslimina min kulli dhanbi wastaghfir.
In his speech, Prince Kasim Nachibinge Kakungulu was concerned over the ongoing evictions in Lubiji wetland, which he termed as selective evictions.
They have the authority to look after the wetlands. They have been doing a good job, but of late, I want to ask them to be human when they are fulfilling their obligations. Please be fair. Don't have double standards. You allow a factory to operate in a wetland, but you are forcing over 100 families out of the wetlands. I would just say, if you are clearing, then clear all. If you are exempting, then exempt all. Otherwise, it's getting out of hand.
Prince Nachibinge asked NEMA to always give a grace period before carrying out evictions.
But my appeal, I know this is your task, but please suspend this operation and allow people 1 year to vacate the wetlands so that they can go wherever they can have tranquility. Otherwise, it's getting too ugly. Secondly, what we are asking from NEMA, apart from suspending the operations, is please try to put signages everywhere so that people get to know which is a wetland and which is not.
As we head to 2026 general elections, Nachibinge asked the Ugandans to keep peace during the election period, although he was concerned about the ongoing criminality in Kampala.
I've congratulated the new IGP, that is Inspector General of Police, Afande Abbas Byakagaba. What we are asking, that by the time you've taken over the office, there are some Lumpens who have taken charge of Kampala City. You have enough manpower to cause an operation similar to Wembley, and we all live in a peaceful environment in Kampala City. Know that nothing will happen except what Allah has decreed, and elections will always come and go. It's not a big deal. We have said this before, and we shall continue to say it, to ask the government to extend a hand of amnesty to release all political detainees. Where you have evidence, please take them to court. We have no issues. But if for 3 years you've taken people to court, but the case is not progressing, it speaks volume.
The Buganda Kingdom was represented by Professor Ajitwaha Kawase, the Deputy Premier of Buganda Kingdom. Among those who attended the Eid prayers at Kibuli Mosque were Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago and the Second Deputy Supreme Mufti Muhammad Kakoza, Deborah Namamonde. UBC News.
The Prime Minister, Robnan Nabanja, has advised women to embrace and also participate in political leadership. The Prime Minister was at the 82nd celebration of Trinity College Nabingo in Wakiso District. Take a look.
The function was preceded by a mass led by the parish priest of St. Kizito, Monsignor John Baptist Sebaiga. During the service, Premier Robina Nabanja and teachers participated in the offertory. Nabanja commended Trinity College Nabingo for nurturing the girl child. She said government, through affirmative action, has empowered women to participate in political leadership.
for women and grow projects, especially those who have started small-scale businesses. You can borrow as much as 4 million up to 400 million. And the terms and conditions are so favorable. So my fellow teachers, the women teachers here, you can take advantage of the programs of government.
Nabanja also thanked President Museveni for being a role in the fight of HIV homosexuality and cautioned young girls against HIV/AIDS. She donated 1,000 bags of cement towards the construction of the college chapel and iron sheets to replace asbestos sheets.
Contribute iron sheets from the office of the Prime Minister to remove. I want to remove those asbestos that I saw. I saw on staff houses so that our teachers do not suffer from cancer. I also want to contribute. I will contribute to the chapel. I will start with 1,000 bags of cement.
The HM Trinity College Nabingo, Immaculate Nasozirwanga, commended government for the support and appealed to the government to enhance salaries for arts teachers.
The government of Uganda has made several interventions to empower women as a roadmap to national transformation. On many occasions, Madam, you have encouraged parents to educate their girl child in order to have an educated nation arising from girls' empowerment. An empowered girl is more confident, self-reliant, self-esteemed, and enterprising. Thank you for being part of that agenda.
Trinity College Nabingo Girls' School was established in 1940 by the late Bishop Edward Mitchell to educate the girl child. Benon Mukwaya and Salongo Kasivante, Nabingo.
In more news, Busia District Kadi Sheikh Jamir Obadio has urged youths in Busia District to be job creators other than being job seekers. Martin reports.
Obadio says that in most cases, Muslim youths in Busia District get involved in jobs which are insecure and end up in criminality.
Lwakuba ne President emabegaawo yayogera ku Busia nga ekyasinze okuweereza abatujju oba okubeera nga abaana bava mu Busia nga beegattira mu mbeera ezitali nnungi mu mbeera ez'okuyeekera gavumenti.
He further added that currently there is a sheikh from Mugungu who was arrested, but as a Muslim Supreme Council, this mosque is not recognized.
Abasiraamu abakulembeze b'Obusiraamu aba Uganda Muslim Supreme Council tugivumirira era tetugyegattirako.
This was during the Eid Al-Fitr prayer service which was conducted at Madibira Playground. Chairman Eastern Division in Busia Municipality, Odeke Ismail, says in most cases police has shielded criminals. Muhammad Were, Imam Arafat Hassan, Chairman Muslim Youth, Sheikh Ausi Shaban, Deputy Kadhi Busia District, say youths should work and embrace government programs.
Wanasema kila mjana wanashika Muislamu, hakimaanisha ati Waislamu ndio wafanya fujo wakora nini la.
Meanwhile, the Turkish charity-based organization called Idea in Sanyadin donated 1,800 cattle to the Muslim community. Mustafa Yildiz, the president, Idea in Sanyadin, and Ibrahim Atilgan, a volunteer, says the donation originated from Prophet Abraham.
Slaughter house this year, and we want to slaughter animals fastly and hygienically, and also so that we can slaughter more animals.
Allah Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Uganda has joined the rest of the world to celebrate the Day of the African Child. In Wakiso, the day was marked at Kibuli Hill in Kachiri. Take a look.
Celebrated annually across the globe, the Day of the African Child has for its 2024 event been on the theme of education for children in Africa. The time is now. In Wakiso district, the celebration was at Caring Heart Victory Community Church, Kibuli Hill in Kachiri. Several issues affecting children were highlighted, with lack of education identified as the most prominent and biting.
So no lunaku lw'abaana okubajjukira abaana musobola okubeera abazira wandi mukyala musi akyogeddeko na wano e Uganda weekiri si mu gavumenti ekoze buli kyonna kyesobola okuba ng'ekola naye abazadde mukyayina emitima gy'abakabbulu bali ab'e South Africa. Omwana mu kifo ky'okumuleka n'afuna opportunity ey'okusoma okeza kumulimisa n'alima n'omutasaawa nyajje ku ssomero. Tewali njawulo gwe omuzadde akola ekyo alimisa omwana okuva ku makya nga terunaku lwa kusoma n'omulimisa okuva ku ssaawa oba 12 mpaka ssaawa 4 awo n'omugamba nti genda ku ssomero olina omutima ogw'abakabbulu gwa kikabbulu olwayo tugamba gufe mulinnya lya Yesu.
The decision here is to start an area initiative of visiting families to question neglect parents while enrolling school-age-going children into available institutions.
Kimala for Caring Heart tugenda kukwatagana ne gavumenti ne poliisi tunoonye abaana abatasoma mu Kachiri Town Council tugendeyo mu byalo betusanga ku nnimiro nga balima tukwate abazadde baabwe abaana tubaleete mu ssomero.
The International Day of the African Child has been celebrated since 1991 in honor of those who participated in the Soweto Uprising in 1976. On that day, about 10,000 black school children were involved in a march that later turned fatal, protesting the poor quality of their education with a call for better and in their mother tongue. The day raises awareness of the continuing need for improvement of education provided to African children.
Now, Somalia security forces led by the Somali National Army have been asked to remain on full alert and vigilant to prevent attacks by the Al-Shabaab. This message was delivered by the UPDF Sector 1 Commander in Somalia, Brigadier General Anthony Mbusi Lukwago, at the handover ceremony of Balile Forward Operating Base to the Somali Army in Somalia's Lower Shabelle region.
UPDF troops under African Union Transition Mission in Somalia have handed over Balile for the operating base to the Somali National Army.
Yes, we are witnessing the handing over the report to the new former commander from the former commander ATMIS UPDF to SNA.
Balile for the operating base, located in the Lower Shabelle region, 60 kilometers from the capital Mogadishu, is one of the camps and other key areas that have been under numerous attacks by Al-Shabaab. It joins the list of bases handed over to the Somali Army, including Al Jazeera 1, Al-Bau and Parliament. The UPDF troops operating under ATMIS first liberated the Balile forwarding operating base from Al-Shabaab in 2017 and returned it to Somalia. Due to several attacks, the UPDF was called in to tighten security at the camp.
Last year when we were requested again to liberate it, and so we came in March, we occupied this position until now. But that the program was that it was for a short time of March for about 90 days, but that was not possible, so that we kept on holding this ground until today, that we significantly hand over the position to the Somali forces.
The handover ceremony, presided over by the contingent commander of UPDF Sector 1 in Somalia, Brigadier General Anthony Mbusi Lukwago, was witnessed by UPDF spokesperson Brigadier General Felix Kulaiji, UPDF soldiers of various ranks, Somali Army, ATMIS officials among others.
And the handover of this fob signifies the willingness
and capacity of the SNAF to take over the security of Somalia.
Before officially handing over the fob, Brigadier General Lukwago, accompanied by the former camp commander Major Burhan Samba, toured the facilities including generators, water sources and other infrastructure in the camp.
They teach how to use the generator, but the water pump is still ongoing.
Major General Muhuddin Ahmed, the Deputy Chief of Operations of the Somali National Armed Forces, on behalf of Captain Abzdim Jams, the younger battalion commander of the Somali National Army in charge of the camp, said they are well prepared.
Since we start to fight with Al-Shabaab, one hand was trying to fight with them, another hand was trying to prepare ourselves and our troops to train them, to equip them, and this is the result. Because a long journey that you can see the result now, and we are ready to deal with Al-Shabaab, and we have already chased them away more than 600 kilometers square northern Iran. Without ATMIS, without UN, only we was using Somali National Armed Forces and with our society.
Brigadier General Anthony Mbusi Lukwago expressed confidence that the Somali army would be able to strengthen its security this time. He added that they will keep an eye on the Somali army from kilometer 50 base where the troops have relocated.
We handed over. So far we haven't witnessed anything bad to them. That means the soldiers, the forces that took over are firm and have firmly held the position that they took over. And therefore we believe that even this particular one, this time, though he mentioned 3 times back handover, but we believe this, maybe it is the last handover, but you will firmly hold this position. My hope is that this time round, we have mentored, we have trained the Somali forces, and I do hope that they will be able to defend effectively, defend this location and the population that we have been guarding in this position.
Brigadier General Lukwago praised the good relations with the Somalis.
We have worked with them and have been mentoring, actually urging them that they should continue supporting, coordinating with the civil population as their center of gravity. Otherwise, if they don't coordinate with they don't go with the civilian population, Al-Shabaab will take them away, and yet they have been good people that to rely on. So it's my hope that they have listened to my words and they are ready to work with it. I was also pleased that when I saw the number that has come in to take over the position, so it gives me the courage that I'm leaving back a force that he will be able to man this place.
By the time of filing this story, UPDF troops were seen packing their belongings, including security dogs, while the Somali army moved into the camp. The 179 UPDF soldiers who relocated to kilometer 54 were part of the 400 personnel initially at Balire forwarding operating base. I'm Ivan Juko, reporting for UBC in Somalia.
Thank you so much, Ivan Juko. Now, residents of Kanjenima sub-county in Butebo district have received relief aid 2 months after they suffered a heavy storm where over 270 households were rendered homeless in April 2024. Butebo County Member of Parliament Dr. Patrick Mutono says that this has been done to temporarily aid the disaster victims. Take a look.
A humanitarian cause has brought together leaders from Butebo district to Kanyenima Town Council to oversee the distribution of relief items to disaster victims. In mid-April 2024, a heavy storm hit this area and affected 270 households. Kubanga ekizibu kyagwirewo denga omuntu awulawo ekyusizo
ffe twawandiika ne bikoma kati agenza okulaba biri biruddeyo n'agamba owaayi kaneekwatekwate funeyo kenkwata nzirize ki nzirize abantu bange mukitegeera
abantu bakubira nti banange abantu bali wundi singa ofuna kengeri kaisi bikyayita kumu embeera y'obulumi nga tukumanga ebiri aina omu maiso kyeva tusalira amagezi ngandi be katusalira amagezi tufuneka kantu kumbania wantu tuone nga tubayamba.
The items worth 30 million Uganda shillings are a donation from the Presbyterian Church of Midland, Texas in the United States of America.
Remember 2 months ago, the story was aired on UBC, highlighting the storm that had gone through our communities. That was 2 months ago. Houses were blown off, people lost their gardens, houses fell down, schools lost roofs, churches, and we're able to mobilize some resources. Now, those resources, we're able to get some iron sheets and some food items, mostly posho and beans. And today we are in Kanginima Hospital. The people have come.
Naye kintu kinda tyenesawe nekyensabanga mayiro okufuna emmere omukama atukwete kuna tubitira mu Dr. Mutono atuyambire buli muntu abire musiimi
ja kuzimba mu nyumba nti mwawaine nalimbula kukade nyumba yasigairewo kale nja kuzimba mu nyumba nebesi yewo.
The gesture comes ahead of a comprehensive intervention from government.
It has taken the OPM long, is true. Maybe there are so many disasters around, I don't know. But my hope is that something is working out. And I think better late than never.
We've gotten already the response from the Office of the Prime Minister. They are going to work on them, but it is not only Butebo that is affected. There were so many areas that were affected. But according to the Office of the Prime Minister, they've promised that they're going to help us. So it is not so long, but things of the government, of course, you have to wait. You're not the only person. You're not the only district that has been affected.
Security leaders of the district say this is an avenue for a secure environment.
When people are sleeping outside, it means there's insecurity. When people don't have food, there's already insecurity. You will be forced to go and steal somebody's food. So he has helped to fight insecurity.
The items include 300 iron sheets, 240 bags of cement, 6 tons of maize flour, and 600 kilograms of beans. Henry Okrut, UBC, Butebo.
The Minister for the Elderly Affairs, Chidudu Mafabi, has empowered seniors to become agents of change, supporting and protecting each other by establishing a resistance force to combat to an end elderly gender-based violence. This was during the UN World Elder Abuse Awareness Day organized by the Ministry of Gender and Social Development at the Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala under the theme Gender-Based Violence in Old Age, a Call for Action.
The call for action comes in response to the reports of abuse and neglect of seniors, many of whom have experienced physical, emotional and financial abuse. Minister Chidudu Mafabi, in a crucial conference addressing the issue at the Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala, shed light on this pressing problem and urged older persons to take a stand against gender-based violence in their communities.
This gender-based violence, we should resist it. We should set up a resistance force ourselves. Let these young men not bully us.
Minister Chidudu also emphasized the importance of enhancing the financial stability of older persons, highlighting the need for access to the financial counseling, retirement planning and income-generating opportunities.
The government has made provisions at every level, from the grassroots, the village, the parish, the sub-county, the district and the national. So we are adequately represented. Our views will go up to the president.
The Central Elderly Representative Member of Parliament, Penina Businje Kabingani, also known as Mama Chisanja, disclosed that older men are perpetuating gender-based violence against their elderly spouses by taking young brides who mistreat and abuse them.
This day is your day
for your own awareness and the abuse of the old person. Don't think this was just a game here for these older people. It is really happening. They set their land, the children, the other parents, the in-laws, and send away the woman. That she goes home to her father's place when she's 90 years. Now, like me, you send me to go away.
It's therefore important, Honorable Minister, that older persons live a secure and dignified life without abuse and continue to actively participate in the social, economic, and political activities within their families and communities for as long as they are able.
The Executive Director of Uganda Home of Elder Persons, Chiyinji Nicholas, reaffirmed their commitment to providing safe havens for survivors and pledged to continue advocating for programs that protect and empower the elderly.
My appeal to the government and through the Ministry of Health and Gender, probably if they can realize, and to set up rehabilitation centers for older persons, because these rehabilitation centers promote companionship among them. Now in a situation where, like Mzee Karayondo, our ambassador to Machinde Division, he has just lost his dear one a couple of months later, and now as a result of her losing the dear one, he has somehow gone into depression.
The call for action comes as a shock to many, but highlights the urgency of the situation. Benon Mukwaya, Vincent Wamundo, UBC.
Nakawa Member of Parliament Ronald Balimwezo Nsubuga has called upon the government to embrace electronic-based systems as a measure to end corruption in government structures.
Corruption has significantly affected service delivery in Uganda, with selfish officials swindling public funds for their interests. While launching Bweya software at Bugolobi, the Member of Parliament for Nakawa East urged the government to use electronic and internet-based systems as a way of curbing the practice.
So the Rwanda Corporation sent us an invoice.
In Uganda, we are not embracing technology to the maximum. And why? It is because people think these things are for Western or they are expensive. It's not.
The head of research and innovations at Bweya Software, Nora Karisubula, advocated for a reduction in internet charges, emphasizing that it is essential for various activities.
And we have those collaborating tools that you can use to store your data in a safe place, but also it can be accessed by people who have the permissions and privileges to do so from anywhere around the world.
Meanwhile, Justice Muchunguzi disclosed that the local population needs to be further sensitized on how various digital tools operate.
Basically, we want to elevate the use of internet penetration from where it is now in the 20s to at least 30s or 40s. We have products that we have built for these purposes, so people can embrace them and use technology. When you use technology, you are going to reduce expenditures in administration.
Uganda houses over 40 million people, yet only 11 million are digital system users.
Retractors have appealed for support in nation building to improve the lives of the less privileged in communities. This was made during the installation of the 9th President of the Rotaract Club of Naguru, Miriam Nanteza Matavu. Bakabulindi reports.
Kansanga Primary School under KCCA Foundation faces significant infrastructure deficiencies, prompting an urgent plea from management for assistance. Both the head teacher and the chairperson of the school management committee have appealed to the government and compassionate individuals to intervene.
There was a lot of congestion and learning was very funny because one class is studying, then the others echo what is in the next class. The play area is still a challenge, and we just pray that somehow, somewhere, we may have another, someone thinking about and we organize a play area for our children.
This appeal coincided with the commissioning and handover of the newly constructed classroom block by the Rotary Club of Kansanga. The Assistant Commissioner of Public Universities at the Ministry of Education, Timothy Musoke Sejoba, commended Rotary for the generosity and advised the school to maintain the new structure diligently.
We have asked the management of this school to ensure that the classroom is utilized, but also that it is kept in good condition, so that it can continue to make the school look different and beautiful.
The president of the Rotary Club, Masin Nalusiba, emphasized that their decision to support Kansanga Primary School stemmed from a thorough needs assessment.
But all the classes were sharing one room, so we found one class was doing numbers, another was reading, the other was singing, and there was just a lot of confusion. So we decided as a club to construct another classroom for them so that we could ease congestion in the lower section.
It took us approximately 3 months to finish it at a cost of 28 million shillings.
She pledged ongoing support.
This is not our last project in the school. As a club, we shall maintain a presence in Kansanga Primary School. We can already see that the children will require a play area.
The construction of the classroom block cost the club over 20 millions. Andrew Sebira compiled this report.
So sorry about the mishap, but that was a story on the management of Kansanga Primary School, founded by KCCA, making an appeal for support from well-wishers to address several pressing challenges. Of course, and key among those challenges are the shortage of classrooms and furniture. We still continue with UBC News tonight, and of course we take a look at the installation of the 9th president of the Rotaract Club of Naguru, Miriam Nantezamatov.
Chartered in 2016, the Rotaract Club of Naguru aims at providing humanitarian support to vulnerable communities in Msaraba area of Gulu district. The club has significantly impacted the villages of Msaraba by constructing a nursery school, providing artificial breasts to cancer patients and giving food to those in need. During the installation ceremony, the new president, Miriam Nantezamatov, succeeded Nasanga Bridget Kazinja. Rotarian Ronald Kawadwa officiated the event and commended the young Rotaractors for their dedication to supporting the disadvantaged.
Always have a vision as a leader, so that when you have a vision, you are able to guide your club to soar your heights higher. Always aim higher in whatever you do, because when you aim higher, you attract other people to join you.
The newly installed president, Miriam Nantezamatov, appealed to Ugandans to find ways to support vulnerable communities in Uganda.
Been able to touch so many lives in a magical way, and it is magical that we are touching more and more lives each and every day. So I call upon you to join us for this magical year, to join us in the drive to create more magic in the world out here.
Nanteza pledged to continue the work initiated by her predecessor, focusing on the construction of the school during her one-year tenure.
Is the Musalaba project, which is also our signature project. Musalaba is a school in Gulu, and we plan to construct a school in Gulu. It's a nursery setting, and we pledge for your support during the construction of this school and in phases. And this year we are doing phase 1, that is 25 million shillings.
Reverend Francis Xavier Chikomeko of Mitamaria urged the newly installed president to be vigilant in supporting those in need.
To interact with the community, doing research to find the need of the communities, so that she organizes her friends to go and solve the need in the communities. So we thank God for this president, and we hope she's going to be of much help to the community and to the entire country at large.
Rotaractors expressed their support for the newly installed president of the Rotaract Club of Naguru.
I want to just encourage all the young men out there, married or not married, if you have your fiancé taking up leadership, it's a sign of growth. It's a period of learning. Please support them. Let's stand with them because this time, this is when they learn skills. This is when they acquire all that they need to help mentor your children and grow their family. The connections they make, all the things help our families grow and become even better.
I need you to be persistent during this journey. Leadership requires someone who is persistent. It doesn't matter whether the rest of the team falls off. You need to keep your candle burning because that's what they see to get through until the end.
Mike Bakabulindi has compiled this story.
New leaders have been advised to embrace teamwork to effectively serve their communities. This was highlighted by the Council Chairperson, Multiple District 411 Lions Club International, Engineer Dr. Dance Naturinda, during the installation of Dr. Rachel Ndugu Kakungulu as the President of the Lions Club of Makerere.
The Multiple Council Chairperson, Lions Club International 411, Engineer Dr. Dance Naturinda, has said teamwork is crucial for the success of any leadership.
They say charity begins at home. If you are in your own home and you're not happy in your home, you don't expect your visitors to come and start admiring your home. They say, yes, as well, I'm not part of this. So make sure you fraternize, make sure you look out for each other. I mean, if you are talking about helping others, but you can't help your own member of the club, then it means you are not sincere. Other members will start seeing that you are dishonest. So if you have members, the club member has been active, attending meetings, attending activities, and all of a sudden they disappear. You should be the first ones to look out for them.
The message was emphasized by the engineer during the installation of the 2024-2025 President of the Lions Club of Makerere, Dr. Rachel Kakungulu.
You're supposed to plan in advance. You still have some weeks before that begins. To have a vision, break it down into objectives and make a plan.
He conveyed this message to the new leadership of the Lions Club of Makerere during their official installation at the Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala. The new leaders include the President, Dr. Rachel Ndugu, and the board and other Lions in various capacities, all of whom were urged to serve willingly in line with the club's targets.
We need to reflect and make sure we have a strong presence in our communities, because if you have that strong presence, like if you are in Makerere and meet just anybody in the street and ask them, do you know anything about Lions Club of Makerere? Ask yourself what they will say. Will they say they know anything about it? If no, then what is it that you can do in that community so that everyone knows Makerere has a Lions Club?
Outgoing President Lion Emmanuel Opolot expressed his gratitude, noting that his team had achieved 90% of their set targets.
Children with cancer in Kibuli. This is one of the service activities that we went and we did a number of things where the DG visited us, including giving some items and food and also interacting and reading with them. We also so much interact with Makerere University Primary School, which is actually our serious partner.
The new president of the Lions Club of Makerere, Dr. Rachel Kakungulu, pledged to double her efforts to recruit more Lions and strengthen the club regionally.
District 411B is committed to serving 2.5 million people in this area. We have about 55 clubs in the district. That comes down to about 50 people to serve. So as a club, on behalf of the board, we commit to serve at least 50,000 people in this city.
Those who are not yet MJF, please, let's work towards doing that, because the more that we contribute, the more we shall support the community, and the more we shall bring hope, out of which we shall build peace.
The event was graced by Professor Helen Nambalirwa, the Dean of Humanities at Makerere University, along with Lions, new members and guests.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanya eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo 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 era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
What is a dream? What does it mean to you? To her? To them? It's time we dare to dream anew. Dream bigger, better, bolder. Let's dare to dream of tomorrow, today, of someday, of the hope that comes with change, of a change that transforms lives. That glimmer in your eyes, the prospect of maybe, of all the hopes that we carry. It's the promise of enjoyments, co-enjoyments for you and your mates. A dream keeps us going. It's the one thing that drives us, inspires us, motivates us. One goal, one hope, one dream. With the Uganda National Lottery, your dream can become a reality. Bigger is here. What's your one thing?
Cheers to something refreshingly different. Putting the brakes on a fast-paced world. Slowing down. Just enough to stand out. Cheers to the beer that does it differently. Brewed longer for extra refreshment. Refreshingly Club. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, the Bishop of Western Kole, Reverend Bishop Johnson Twinomjuni, has called upon Ugandans to allow and always love to give. Now, he was at the fundraising service of completing Nyaruhanga Church of Uganda at Nyaruhanga Chempisi Shuku in Shema district.
Over 20 million Uganda shillings was raised in cash and pledges from Christians of Nyaruhanga Chempisi in Shema district for completion of Nyaruhanga Church of Uganda. The head of Christians, Mukamasaf, appreciated contributions, although over 169 million Uganda shillings is still required.
Construction on our church, what is remaining requires around 165 million shillings, and we hope what has been done, what we have collected, will do something presentable that will make us take a step.
And ebintu ebitwatwine enkente, embuzi, enkoko n'ebindi bintu tuyamusente eziri over milioni 20.
In the sermon, the Bishop of Western Kole, Reverend Bishop Johnson Twinomjuni, thanked church leaders and Christians for contributing to the construction of the house of God.
Engalo zire zozaki muture y'umurongowe akebo ekintu ekyo okuhereza mukama mutaka ferwa okutunga umugisha gwo kuhereza mukama.
One of the Christians, Mohanji Kenneth Mushana and Andrin Katusime Mwebesa, hailed the development in the area.
People, let's give. Let's contribute generously to the development of this country, to the development of Shema, to develop even at the village level. When you contribute, it means that even that person on the village level is receiving. So that is the development that we are talking about. Giving church, giving communities, and giving people around them.
Oh, I urge people to keep encouraging our people down there to practice commercial farming. They get out of subsistence farming so that they can earn a living. If you don't fight poverty, then that means where will you get school fees to pay for your children? If you don't work hard, how will you develop the country?
The former Member of Parliament for Shema, Professor Ephraim Kamuntu, urged Ugandans to utilize government programs like PDM to transform their lives.
What is evident is that a lot of people have participated in the model and they are lifting their families out of poverty. I've seen people who have borrowed 1 million, they have gone to Katwe to get rock salt, and they have returned out of 1 million, they make 1.5 in one go.
Akatorira Nelson has reported.
We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
And from the sports, in the 14th Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda Junior Woodball Championship has climaxed at St. Mary's Chitoro Primary School in Wengi District.
A record 600-plus youth and junior players from 39 schools have contested in the 14th Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda Junior Woodball Championship in Lwengo District.
So there is a spike in number, which is a very good thing. Now, this is as a result of the deliberate effort of the leadership of Uganda Woodball Federation to follow the strategic direction that was assented to.
Ultimately, singles youth male and female winners Dari Amanyire and Emily Tasumba emerged best players and were rewarded with sports by scores.
It's a lot to me because it's my first win.
What are you going to do with it?
Can you
come and pick this trophy very fast because I can see you.
Because he has inspired.
In the other categories, Jeremiah Tumuhimbise won the stroke junior singles among the boys, while Noor Ataib better the girls in that format of play. In the team events, Chazanga Modern Primary School, with players like Isaac Mukasa, Stuart Mugema, Jeremiah Tumuhimbise, Julius Tumwine, and Rahim Tusubira, won the junior boys team event, with Our Lady of Africa SS triumphing in the youth team category. Mpoma School, with players including Praise Ahurira, Rebecca Ajambo, Judith Katushabe, Martha Namulema, and Angela Nyimaharo, were the best in the stroke girls team, even for the youth. This was the first national sports competition hosted by Lwengo District.
the government takes sports as a priority. The Office of the President in Rengo District, working hand in hand with the Ministry of Education, will ensure that our students are given all the necessary support.
And that's all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Chondisha from the team, and I have a lovely night and a blessed week ahead of you.